The creation of a civilian climate corps is not just something that should be done, it's something that must be done. And I am so thrilled and encouraged at the progress that has already been made. We have the Senate Majority Leader that has, in Senator Schumer, that has taken this cause up. We have encouragement, and we have the support from the White House in President Biden. So the question is not just if we're going to do it, but how big, how ambitious, what are we going to do with it as well? And I kind of sit here and I think, and we all sit down and imagine, what if 3 months after the mobilization, 3 months after the authorization of a civilian climate corps, 250,000 young people were employed in a dignified job? What if this led to record improvements and record performance in containing our wildfires across the country? What if this led to tens of thousands of new trails in our National Forest and Park Service? And what if I told you that this isn't something that we have to imagine doing, but that was actually the record of the original Civilian Conservation Corps in 1938? This is not a pipe dream, and this is not some big and progressive vision that is quote-unquote unrealistic. This is what we have already done. We've already done this. And so our mandate today is not just to revive some of the most ambitious programs and ideas, but so much of this is about how we go even bigger and better than we did originally. The original Civilian Conservation Corps under FDR was the largest peacetime mobilization of young Americans in American history. In American history. And that is what this moment in this climate crisis, the climate crisis didn't even exist in the scale that it does now in 1938. And we knew then the importance of caring for our land. Now today, we are talking about, in both a Green New Deal and a Civilian Climate Conservation Corps, Climate Corps, that acknowledges the fact that our climate crisis today requires a peaceful but wartime scale mobilization in order to combat the climate crisis. So it's not just about doing it, it's about doing it big. The way that we're going to combat the climate crisis is not just with the science, but it is also with our economic structure. We can combat this with a fair economy in establishing a climate corps that not just guarantees a $15 minimum wage, but also extends the same educational benefits that we should be giving to our teachers and our other public service workers. It should put people on a track. And with Senator Markey and I's bill, 1.5 million people on a track to good union jobs. That is how we're going to combat this and combat it together. 50% of our funding is going to making sure that this is not just going to our national parks and funding Climate Corps members to our national parks, but in urban communities as well, to face environmental injustices. And so we're not just having half of that investment going to underserved communities, but recruiting people from underserved communities in order to serve and restore our land. And so I cannot be, more thankful to have so many partners in this endeavor to ensure that we restore and we truly revitalize our programs and spirit of public service, because young people want this work. It is not just dignified, it is not just productive, but it is purposeful and meaningful. And so much of that is needed as we train and bring people together in combating the climate crisis. So thank you all.